New Zealand's Prime Minister Christopher Luxon has proposed a groundbreaking law that would ban children under the age of 16 from using social media platforms, aiming to shield them from the myriads of online dangers that have become increasingly prevalent. The draft law, which is currently being reviewed, would require social media companies to implement robust age verification measures to ensure that users are at least 16 years old before they can create an account. Failure to comply with these regulations could result in hefty fines of up to 2 million New Zealand dollars, that is 1.2 million US dollars. This stringent approach is part of a broader effort to protect young people from the negative impact of social media, including cyberbullying, exposure to violent content, and social media addiction. The proposal has received massive support from educators, parents, and child welfare advocates who have long voiced concerns about the detrimental effect of social media on young minds. Teachers have reported a rise in incidents of cyberbullying and mental health issues among students, attributing much of this to the pervasive presence of social media in their lives. Prime Minister Luxon emphasized the importance of this legislation during a press conference, stating, "It is time we put the onus on these platforms to protect vulnerable children from harmful content, cyberbullying, and exploitation." He continued, "We cannot stand idly by while our children are exposed to this risk." New Zealand's proposed ban is not an isolated effort. Australia, which has been at the forefront of global effort to regulate social media, recently passed strict laws aimed at protecting young users. New Zealand's legislation is modeled on these Australian measures, reflecting a growing international consensus on the need for stronger regulations in the digital age. Social media companies have yet to comment officially on the proposal, but industry experts predict that the legislation could lead to significant changes in how these platforms operate in New Zealand. Some companies may choose to implement age verification technologies more widely, while others may face challenges in balancing user privacy with regulatory compliance. However, some critics argue that the ban could be difficult to enforce and might push young users to create fake accounts or use the platforms through other means. Despite these concerns, the government remains committed to advancing the legislation, with a public consultation period set to begin in the coming weeks. The final version of the bill is expected to be presented to Parliament later this year. What do you make of this proposed ban on social media for young users below the age of 16 in New Zealand? Share with us in the comments below. This is the News Guide.